All right, this is Jarba. We're back with another episode of KZOM Radio Presents How Would You Survive a Zombie Outbreak? I'm with Geoff, also from San Diego, California. Got a couple of those coming in. So, Geoff, $1,000,000 question. How would you survive a zombie outbreak?
Well, that brings a lot of questions, Are we dealing with, like, the fast zombies or the slow zombies? I'm just going to say we're dealing with both the fast and the slow zombies.
So, like an evolutionary phase of zombies where, like, when they first die, they're fast because their bodies haven't hit rigor mortis yet?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Really.
All right, so...
Ooh, man, that's tough. Well, my initial reaction is to get supplies, to go to like a Walmart or something. But if it's going to be happening during the daytime, I definitely don't want to be near a Walmart because that's a whole bunch of really crazy people like myself trying to get supplies. So I'll probably hop in my car and go to more of the rural parts of San Diego, more like the Santee area. Probably go a little more north and west where there's more farms and stuff. Hit a general store up there.
Now, what about would you try? So you're going to try to avoid like major like Walmarts or Food for Less, but what about a Costco? I mean, do you think people are going to hit a Costco? Well,
what you got to think is that there's a lot of people there, and I don't know exactly how this zombie outbreak is starting. Whether it's starting small and getting larger. So I'll probably just get a few supplies and then try and pick up a couple people, maybe 2, 3, or 4 people of equal gender disparagement for helping me out.
Okay, so you want to get survivors. Now, would you pick your friends or would you pick your family?
Well, I'd try and pick my friends first, probably because they're a little easier to manage. But I definitely have to pick up. Obviously I have a lot of guy friends, not so much girlfriends. I don't know that I'd want to pick up my girlfriend though, because she's kind of crazy, and I don't know if that'd work to my advantage or disadvantage. So I'm just gonna.
So you're just gonna leave your girlfriend behind? You're like, fuck it.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a survival situation, and I don't want to be burdened by those hard choices.
Yeah, understandable. That can make sense. So okay, but so you're gonna get your supplies, you're gonna get your friends, and maybe some family, and you're gonna leave. But what about weapons? What kind of stuff would you want for protecting?
Well, I was thinking about this, and for a long time, I had thought of an automatic, rifle. But I think maybe. See, I know the shotguns and how good they are against regular people and zombies, but just the sheer amount of shells that you'd have to carry, and the fact that it doesn't have a long range, then you'd have to carry another weapon as a backup. I'd probably have to mix the weapons up between survivors. So I'd be able to carry. One person would be like a shotgun specialist, I guess, and another person would have to be someone using an assault rifle, so you can get some range. And so if there's zombies, coming over the horizon, one person can start opening up some cover fire while the shotgun guys, getting stuff ready for when they get closer.
So would you build a barrier between you and the zombies?
I don't think I'd be sticking around long enough to build a barrier.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be real run and gun, gathering some supplies and getting transportation. So the reason you have some people with you is that you can operate more vehicles and thus carry more equipment.
But what would you do for how much? I mean, what would you do for transportation? Would you steal vehicles? Would you?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's in San Diego, I live in the El Cajon area, which is more inland. There's a whole bunch of car dealerships around here, and I'd probably hit up, I don't know, maybe a Ford place, or just something that has decent off-road capabilities, that has decent gas mileage and a large storage capacity. So maybe an SUV or a truck, maybe one of those hybrid SUVs, although I don't know how good they'd be off-roading.
Yeah, the hybrids, I'm not sure how well they'd handle, rugged terrain.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't. I'm not going for long-term using of the cars. This is just to gather enough supplies. Because what what I had planned to do is I'm just going to assume that zombies can't swim because they lack the physical coordination for it.
Okay.
And I was thinking about getting a nice yacht because there's a whole bunch of yachts down over by the bay over here, and just sailing away. Go off to some small island. Population less than 1,000. I'm going to assume that the zombie infection has been spread there just as a precautionary measure. So, picking off 1,000 people on an island definitely is a lot easier than trying to kill, I don't know, how many people we have, how many millions of people we have in the San Diego area.
I believe the census is in the neighborhood of San Diego County is like 3.5 million.
Yeah, see, that's, I don't know that I have, if I was a really good shot, I don't know I'd be able to carry 3.5 million bullets.
True. Well, then also but then to question your yacht escape, the nearest island off the coast of San Diego, based off what I've been able to see here, is the Coronado Islands, which are down in Mexico, which are right there. And then I think the only thing other than that would be Catalina, a little north, which would probably be a safe zone, or Guam. I mean, Guam's a ways away, so you have to. I mean, where would you choose the uninhabited Coronado Islands of Mexico or the buffalo roaming island of Catalina?
Ooh, there's buffalo there.
There are buffalo.
That's actually a good idea. I mean, my original thought was to get somewhere in the temperate zone, so when the winter turns into winter, it's actually cold and the zombies would move slower. But yeah, for long-term survival, I guess having animals and stuff around the island would be good for a nice protein to enhance our already farmer-based economy we're going to have. Yeah, so let's go to the Catalina Islands.
All right, Catalina Island would work. It's a good place to go. It's I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
There's some infrastructure already set up there. I'm guessing I could round up a couple survivors and get a nice good genetic mix, and we can hold up there for, at the very least, a couple months, probably more like a couple years, and see how this whole zombie infection thing is going. I mean, maybe if we can hold up on the island long enough, we can get contacted by the Navy, because I doubt that the Navy is going to get all fucked up being out there on their carriers and such. Yeah.
Well, at the same point in time, I mean, keep in mind, Catalina Island, because since we're focused on there right now, is a tourist destination within, Southern California. So it might be, what would be your plan of attack? You get there, and maybe it's already broken out, or people have tried to establish some form of new government. How would you handle that scenario?
Well, if the zombie infection had broken out, like I said earlier, I would just assume that a zombie infection has broken out. So if there's people there that are just normal people living their daily lives, and we show up, gun-toting with supplies, crying about the end of the world, definitely try and establish some sort of, we're serious, we're not joking around, check out some of your radio frequencies, and you can see shit's hitting the fan. If there's already some sort of dictatorship being set up there, oh man, that would just totally suck.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you my last question, which is, if you were bitten, what would you do?
I guess I'd have to deal with my mood. If I'm just super pissed, I'm just gonna have to say fuck all y'all and let the infection take course. But you know what? I'll probably be in somewhat good spirits because, I don't know, it's always been a fantasy of mine to switch into survival mode and start scavenging society. So I'll probably pull off a Terminator 2 Judgment Day sort of thing with the black guy. Yeah, that guy was cool.
So you
hold up a grenade, and then when I can't hold it anymore, just let it go and just boom.
Oh, okay. Well, we know that you would self-sacrifice then. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you, Geoff, for being here. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
And as always, guys, I'm Jarbo. You guys can reach us at youtube.com/KZOM Radio. And be sure to leave us a message if you want to be interviewed. That's what Geoff did, and that's how we got here. So that works out. We'd like to do that. And until next week, we'll see you then, and always think about how you would survive a zombie outbreak. Bye.